I have 4 siblings. So my older sister, me, my younger brother, and my youngest sister. I was born into a very poor family in Cambodia province, and I have 4 siblings. So my older sister, me, my younger brother, and my youngest sister. And in the village, when I stay in the village, I look after the buffalo, and all of my villagers are not educated. All of them, they graduate on, they finish the school only when they only like grade 4 or 5, or some of them not even at school at all. But and then I go to study in a primary school in my village, and then one day the thing that really want me to study, because there was a lady and a foreigner man. They went to my village and then do interview with older people, but I have no idea what they are interview about, because I try to get too near them, but they not allowed me to go too close to them, so I just be far away from them. And then there's one more thing that people always say: if you want to get rich, you need to study hard. And when I was in grade 3, I thinking that if I finish class in grade 6, because in my village only in grade 6, then what chance that I can get rich? That's what I thought. And then I asked, and also I see on TV also there's people have car, people have nice house and motorbike. Then I thinking, how can I get like them? And then I say, I need to study hard to get rich. And then I thought, how can I get rich if I study only grade 6? And then one day one of my neighbor, he went to my village, and then I asked him, what is the highest class in school? Yeah, in school. And I think like maybe grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and how long? And then they say, until grade 12. And then I thought, in grade 12, then where can I study? And he said, in his village there's a school that I can go to study in the high school. And then I asked my parents when I was in grade 3 that please, I want to go with him to study. And because I was very very young, I was 8 years old, and then they say no, maybe not. They don't want me to go because also we are very poor, and then I'm very young, so cannot, and only me out of the family. And then I said, I'm thinking and fine. Then next year I asked again, but I was in grade 4, and then they say, okay, next year you go, because I will be around 9 or 10 years old, so it should be fine. And then I decided to move to another village with my relative. I stayed there alone with them, but I came alone, and then I need to work really hard. And while I staying with him, because in Cambodia 1 month I study in the morning, 1 month I study in the afternoon. For the month that I study in the morning, so in the afternoon there's people that they do fishing, so I go and help them, so they give me some fish. Not only me, but another children also do, so I do follow them the same. So and then sometimes when I have a lot of fish, I take those fish to sell as well. And then the year after, I call me and my friend, so 3 of us come together. And then but because of living out of the family, then people, they think it really hard. So one of my friend, he gave up, so he went back to his village, so only me and my cousin. And then we keep staying until next year. Unfortunately, the man that came and took me, he got very sick, and then he decided to change. They go to borrow money from the bank, and then 5 months later he passed away. And then the house, no income, so the members of the house, they need to decide to sell the house so they can pay back to the bank, so they don't have to pay more. So and then they have some money left, a little bit, and then they go to buy another house in another village. They buy a small land, and then they build a very small house. And then, but I didn't go with them because that village is just the same as my village, no school, nothing. Then and because I was young, and then I feel funny for me because when I think to that, like I didn't leave the house before they move. So I stay until they move, and then I say, oh, okay, we need to go back to the village. But fortunately, before we move out, there was a lady that came to us like, oh, do you want to go to stay in pagoda? Pagoda is the Buddhist monk temple. And I said, no, I want to just stay here. And then later on, when I not stay with them anymore, but fortunately also I know a nurse, and he stay in the health center, and then I asked him that I can stay there for a few days and I can find a place to stay. And then I went to pagoda and asked. The first two did not accept us because last time the people do like us, and then they steal something and then they run away, so they not trust us anymore.
So basically at that time you were how old?
I think 11 years old.
11 years old.
Yes.
So you moved out of your village when you were 9?
Yeah, 9.
9. So for 2 years you you moved out because you were chasing this dream about school.
Yes.
And for these 2 first years you didn't get a chance to go to any school.
Oh, I did go. Yeah,
you did. Okay. Okay, so that was in this other village, right?
Yeah, another
But then
village.
you lost your place to stay.
Yes.
And then you moved to another village to stay in Pagoda.
The same village, but
village.
go to move to from the people's house to stay in Pagoda.
To stay in Pagoda,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and then after that I still hope that I will find a place to stay because I really want to study.
Yes.
And actually my cousin want to, okay, we go back home first. I said, oh no, maybe not. We just go to find a place.
Yeah.
If we cannot find, then we go back to the village.
Okay.
And then when one day I came and said, oh, there was a lady that we can ask her, can help. And then we asked her to go to stay in pagoda, and then we need to wait the monk, and then the monk, after he get up, and then we ask him again and again, and then finally, like, we ask him like a few hours, and then finally he's okay, so he accept us. Okay, then we can stay, but we in the try field first, cannot just stay, so try first, and then we try for 1 month, and then after 1 month I can stay. And then I was in grade 6 in that time to stay in pagoda. The school I don't have to pay, but I have to pay for, like, I buy something, I buy pen, I buy book, but I got one US dollar compared to US dollar a month from my village, from my parents. And also when I do the work, and then the old people that go to pagoda, they also give us some money, and also the monks also give us some money also, so that part can support me.
Okay.
And also another thing, I like collect, the bottles of water, I also, and then the Coca-Cola that they drink, and then I pick up this and then I sell it for some money also.
Okay.
Yeah. I was around 9 years.
Around 9 years.
Yes, in Pagoda.
And around that time, anytime did you come back home to visit your family?
Yeah, I still go to visit every month.
Every month?
Yeah, every month.
Okay, and you didn't go by bus, right?
No bus.
Yeah, no bus in Cambodia at that time, right?
Yeah, and they have to another place, but not my village. Yes.
So how did you get there?
My first few years that I stay, I don't have bicycle, so I need to walk.
And how long is the walk?
I think a few hours. Yeah, a few hours to walking.
Yeah.
Just walking, but I need to wait for the boat another few hours more. So like I only one time a boat that go to my village. So even I take any time, but take one day to go. So the boat is leave at 4 o'clock. So I need to walk like from around 1 o'clock. So to make sure I arrive on time, and then wait a little bit, then the boat go. So like if totally maybe 4 or 5 hours to go to my village. And after that, and I was very young, and it's quite funny for me. I feel like I'm quite lucky because I get very encouraged from my parents to be brave enough to ask people, and to if I have any question, just ask people. If I need any help, just ask people. And then they always say your mouth is your way. When you go somewhere you don't know the way, you need to ask people. And then I realized that when my first experience that I want to go to my village, I ask people to go directly to my village. Nobody know my village. So but then I said, okay, maybe because to go my village there's some step that I can go. So I ask them from step to step. And another thing that my experience is when I ask people, like I ask people like one person and then go, and then I ask another people again, and they say I'm get the wrong way, I'm lost, so I need to come back. And then for those experience, later on I try to ask at least 2 people. If these two people say the same thing, I go direct. But I don't ask in front of them, because otherwise I think they will get upset with me, because I just ask them, and then why I ask another people. So I ask somebody, and then I go to what they point to, and then I see another people maybe 50 or 100 meter more. I ask that person again. If they say the same thing, then I keep going. But if they say different, I will find another person to ask
and confirm.
To confirm. If 2 people say the same thing, I go to that way. No, they never say like this. They always like encourage us, encourage me to go and try hard, push. They like tell me to go harder and think your future, think to a long distance. But actually, because when I live to my village, a lot of people, because my village the people is not educated, so most of them said to me and to my parents that I will get nothing from education. I will get nothing. And then my parents always encourage me that if people say this to me, this is your energy to make your goal. Like try to do things. If they say I am negative, try your heart to be positive. So this is like encourage me a lot also. Because of my parents, and also one day when I was, I think in grade 7 or 8, I get very upset because when people stay in pagoda, not many people want to talk to us. Sometimes like when we go out for first time or a few months, they don't know where I'm from, so they talk us no more. But later on, when they know I'm from pagoda, they not even want to talk to us anymore. And also some people that they go to pagoda, when we try to go and help them, they not even want to talk to us. Or even sometimes we want to ask them something, but they like ignore us.
But what is the reason for that?
Because I don't actually because in Cambodia, for people to stay in pagoda, all of us are very poor, come from very poor background, or some of us don't have parents. Some of them don't have parents, so they come to stay in pagoda, so they have a place to stay. Because in Cambodia, if we don't have a place to stay, the pagoda is the first choice that people think about, so we go there. And then one day I live like I very give up, and then I very disappointed, and then I want to go back to my village. And then there's a guy also that he's the one that made me want to study IT, because in that time he was at, I think year 3 at university. And then I say, okay, I need to go back to my village, and he very encouraged me
to stay. So he was the person who basically at that time, if you didn't meet him, you might not be here today with us. And
also because of another thing I want to change to one, like I told you, people always say to me I will get nothing from education, but I think that education is very important. So I want to tell them that what they said to me is wrong.
It's wrong.
Yeah, so that's why another also like encouraged me to do like today. And also I forgot who told it to me that we need to make plan and we need to see people to be examples. So I told Mr. He studied IT, and Mr. Som, his name is Som, and now he's in the team in J. And I set him to be example and then try to follow. And then the monks also advised me a lot, so I can keep going. Yes.
And today you're the example for people in your village.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That education does pay off.
Yes.
What do you think is the most important thing that education gave you?
The most important thing that education gave me is I like changed a lot of my life. If I compare to my friend, that we was a friend, my friend that always give, like we played together when we was young. If compared to now and him, I don't compare, like he's very low but I'm high, but very change, very different. And education can do everything. When we study, when we do education, can do everything with education. And also we can see that there's some people told me, I'm not sure who's that, but they say, you see, America, because in that time I know only America. America is very developed country because of people had high education, so everyone can think, everyone can do, and then they make something happen, so can help each other, so move together. And also, and like this is what I expect too. And then for this, and now I feel like proud of myself also, because in my village now, a lot of children, they try to put me and my brother to be example for them to keep going for the study. And even like for the generation, not the old generation that told me we get nothing from education, but the youngest, maybe 30 years old, they have baby, they always told us that no, not to us, but tell the children to put me and my brother
to be like you.
Try to study hard like this. When after I finished high school, and then I went to first year at university. I really want, because I really want to study more, but my parents said they don't have money. So one of my uncle, he said, I talked with him, discussed this about what I want to study at university. So I said, and they said they can't pay for me. But then I said, no, my university I can pay half. And in my university there's 3 class: morning class, afternoon class, and night class. And morning and night class are very expensive. Not very expensive, but only $50 different. But the afternoon class is less, $50 less. So they said, and also my university, because I can pay half, so they said okay, they can share money, so I can go through for just first semester at university first, and then I went to study at university. And then later on we pay more for my first year. And then after first year, my grandparents get very sick, so we spend quite a lot of money to treat her.
Funeral.
So,
Oh no.
No, funeral. In the hospital. And they say, and then my parents and my auntie said, my uncle say, oh, we can't afford for your university anymore, so I have to stop. And then I say, oh okay, then I have to stop. Then I'm thinking, what I'm going to do next, because I can't find a job, I cannot do anything. And then one of my relative, he's study nursing, and then one of the one resident also study nursing. So they are classmates. So they meet, and then my relative asked her to introduce me to one-to-one, so one-to-one can help. And then later on I met Linda. Her name is Linda, now she's in Japan, and she gave me the application form to fill up, and then I fill up, and then pass to one-to-one, and then one-to-one pass to Dr. Annie, and then months later I can. I started video volunteer first. They said if I want, I need to come and volunteer. I said okay, I come and volunteer. So every Sunday I come. I go to Kanasai.
Yeah.
So Kanasai is my favorite slum.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why my favorite slum. And
Because it's the first.
yeah, my first slum.
Yeah.
So I work in. So my first work, because first I thought I study IT. Then how can I work with the medical team?
Yeah.
But they say okay, you just come and check the list name. For the file, just check the name. I say okay, I go, and then I come every Sunday, and then one-to-one Dr. Sakon. She looked to me, and then Dr. Annie asked to look for me also.
Yeah.
So and then there's a few months later they say I should be fine to come and stay. So then they ask me to come and stay. I am the medical administrator. I do for. I had two separate. Idea. I have one. I want to do something charity, and I want to do my own business also. So I will talk about my charity first. My charity thing. I want to run an English school in my village. Because I realized that when I was in grade, I don't know, secondary school, maybe 8 or 9, grade 8 or grade 9, I really want to study English because there was two four white people went to my pagoda, and there's one guy in my pagoda, he speak little bit English, so they go and then they speak and talk, have a conversation, and then I think I go play somewhere, and I remember I have only one short pant, no t-shirt, no t-shirt, no shoe, and then run behind them and then follow them what I'm talking about, and I really want to talk to them but I can't. I just smile to them, and then they talk something about me, point to me, and then I ask when they gone, I ask my friend what they're talking about me. They said I'm black, brown skin, a bit fat and short. I said I'm happy, actually. I'm happy. I don't think anything. It's just I'm happy because they talk something about me, and then I really want to study, but I can't afford because actually the English school is 1 month. I will have to pay around $1.25 a month, but I can't afford for that.
Yeah.
So because I have only $1, for a month, so I can't afford that. I'm thinking that I really want to find a good job first, and then I can, because I'm thinking that I'm not good at teaching, and also if I'm go to teach, then I can't even afford myself because I only do this job. And also it would not take my IT skill, my computer skill to do my job. I don't want to be that, so I want to work take my skill to work and then earn, and then I will support. I will ask people to teach for me, so I pay them, so can be make give people job also. And another thing is after that, if I can afford more, or I think I will ask people to have. But another thing is I want to have the orphanage, because when I find the place to stay and I couldn't find, and I'm just thinking if somebody give me a place to stay, that would be fantastic for me. And then for that I want to have the idea, so for the student that they finish high school or they finish somewhere, they can come to stay in the apartment and for free. That would be fantastic. This is for my charity thing. But my another thing for my business, I want to run the computer shops, and I want to take and then find, if this to run, I want to teach kids how to coding. This is what I want, so they go together, go. For my idea is education problem. Like I thought, if we want to make a country to be developed, we need to make people to be educated, and then like they understand, and then they make them go together. Otherwise, it's really hard. And in Cambodia, because of a lot of children, a lot of parents, they don't think education is important, so they encourage their kids not to go to school, just go to work with them, for money, and this is the most problem. The most I love is because Cambodian people are sweet.
Yeah, that's true.
And another thing is that I really want to have Cambodia because this is my country, and a lot of poor people, a lot of people that need help.
Yeah.
So I want to make. That's why I like Cambodia, so I can help something, and then can be changed. Even what I expect to when I have the kids or orphanage or something, I don't. Sometimes the most thing is I want to have Cambodia to be developed. So to be developed is I need to train people. I need to make people, encourage people to go to school. And I don't expect that. For example, if I have 100 kids that stay in my orphanage, for example, and I don't expect all of them to have heart to help people, but I just expect maybe 2 or 3 of them to help hard, for example, like me, or they go and do something else to help people, and then the other people can go and do and help people more and more. I think in the future Cambodia would be very good. Yes. About this, I never think about this.
Because like definitely when you were 9 years old, just about to leave your family, which is like a big step, but you just had this idea in your head that you want to educate yourself. And now you told me yesterday that sometimes you think that it was dangerous a bit going out in the world like that, being a small kid, but at that time you didn't think about that. So is there anything that you would like to tell to yourself back then today?
Because like when I look to the kids now, 9 or 10 years old now, I think really small,
too young.
Too young. and I'm thinking to myself, how I have this idea, how I have this idea, and I didn't afraid at all. I just thinking, and I have this idea. So because in that time I don't have ID card, I don't have anything. So I write down my name, my address, where I'm from. So always I have a bag on my here, so everything in here. But I have a paper with myself. I write down and I put. So I have this idea because one day I heard in news that there's people get accident, and then they know where they're from, and then I ask my relative, how do they know that where this person from? And then they say, because they have identity card, and say, but so what happened if I don't have? If anything happened for me, if I walk alone and anything happened to me, how people can let my parents know? And then like this I write down. And another thing that, because in that time a lot of like kids, the older people always say like, when you go somewhere you need to be careful, otherwise people will take you to cell. And then I thinking myself that I have a knife, but then I think maybe not a good idea. But I thinking another option for myself. I think if they catch me, I'm gonna bite them. But this is when I think about it, it's like crazy idea because too small. How can you like fight back with the old people, just 9 years old? But when in that time, I just thinking that if they come and catch me, I bite them. That's what I think. And also, when before me to leave my family, there's 3 people in my village that do the same as me. But they're very quite rich family. Only me, and then later on there are a lot of more students. They come out the same as me. But all of them, not all, but most of them, I give up.
Because the most important thing is that even though you've achieved so much already, you just still want to achieve more, and you still keep humble, and that probably gives you this strength and also the maturity that helps you to achieve this. So I just wish you a lot of good luck and and strength.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.